Hello and welcome to your Multifamily 5x5 for the week of March 15th, 2010. I'm your host Heather Bloom and I'm here with Behind the Leasing Desk's weekly web show where I give you 5 topics in 5 minutes to help you start your week. This week I want to kick off by talking a little marketing madness with some of our apartment animal friends. April is National Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Month. It's the ASPCA's big event, and I can't begin to count the ways that this is a tremendous traffic generator for you if you tap in. You can consider things like waiving your pet deposits and fees for move-ins in April. You can also consider waiving your pet rent for anybody who adopts a pet within the month of April from a shelter. You can think about also increasing your pet size limit because let's face it, the damage caused by a 70-pound dog versus the damage caused by a 100-pound dog, they're pretty much the same. But best of all, one of the hands down best ways that you can work with this event is to partner with a local animal shelter, where they can brand your community as a pet-friendly place. They're always really good about putting out flyers, and best of all, they can come out to your community and do an Adoption Days event where they bring needy cats and dogs out to your community. People come out, they look at the pets, they can adopt them there. They can also get a pet for life and an apartment, a pet and a home, all in one day. It's a great thing. It helps. It brings people to your community. It helps needy pets find a home, and best of all, it brands your community as a community that cares. This can be a great event for you. Next up, I want to talk a little bit of resident retention. The spring egg hunt is always a huge winner with people, especially the little friends. But there are great ways to bring this event to an older crowd as well. One of the things you might consider doing is making it a team sport. You can either have people who, they come in and they bring in their own team, or you can sign them up as just randomly through the office, which is a great way to get people to know their neighbors. If you work on a college property, this is a great way to get your college kids involved in an event. Give each team one color of egg to find, and then give each team the same number of eggs to find. Remember, hide them the same. If you're going to have one easy one for one team, have one easy one for all teams, or just make them incredibly difficult for everybody, which is always more fun. And then you want to have prizes for the people who find them first, first, second, and third. The cheapest place I've found to buy plastic eggs is Oriental Trading Company, the link that you'll see at the bottom of your screen. I think they're about 6 cents each. You really can't go wrong here. It's a fun event. It gives you great pictures, and it's a lot of fun for your residents. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about sales suggestions. Some lessons I learned from the Girl Scouts this week. I tried really hard. At $4 a box, I tried really hard to avoid buying Girl Scout cookies, but as you can see, that failed. Let me tell you how they got me. Number 1, they were exceptionally polite. Number 2, they were really professional. They ma'amed me, which I wasn't quite ready for. I'm not quite a ma'am yet, but they were very polite and professional, which I adored. They were eager. They were enthusiastic. I mean, if I could see leasing consultants who'd act that way, it would just blow me away. And most of all, they wanted to be there. They wanted to be doing what they were doing. They were having a great time. If you can bring those kind of attitudes into your workplace with you, there's no stopping you. Next up, a maintenance minute. I want to tell you how to take the paint out of some stains. Did you ever get one of those weird stains in a common area on like a couch or a carpet that you're either not sure how it got there or what caused it? I found a great site. It's the Pioneer Thinking Online Stain Guide from A to Z. That's the URL at the bottom of your screen. And I learned a couple of really cool things there. Like, did you know the secret to getting chocolate out is to blot it with soapy water, then to hit it with a circle of ammonia, and then blot it with soapy water again? I didn't even know you could get chocolate out of things. I figured it was just gone once the chocolate went in there. Great site, tons of fabulous tips, everything from ballpoint pen ink to candle wax to chocolate. It's got great stuff there. Next up, conflict chat. Communication patterns are really important. In fact, about 90% of the problems that we find can be attributed to bad communication in teams. Consider maybe giving your teams a Briggs-Myers personality assessment. You can find these online. My favorite place online to find them is through Human Metrics. It's not a real assessment, it's not a real Briggs-Myers type indicator, but it's pretty close. And these can indicate the best ways to approach members of your team, why they act the way they do, and these are always really good things to know as a manager. Check the link at the bottom of the screen. It's a pretty fascinating little space. Just a reminder, I'm speaking this week on the 17th at the RHA Trade Show. My presentation, Leasing Includes You, will be given at the afternoon keynote. Please come down and check it out if you're going to be in the Seattle area. I'd love to meet with you. Also, the BTLD deal for the optimization summits extends until their next week. You got to register now. It's $125 off of registration. I really want to see you in Dallas. Come on down, check it out. Great speakers. I'm so excited about this event. That does it for me, but I'll be here next week. Same BTLD time, same BTLD channel. I'm Heather Bloom, and I hope you have a great week.